And just like that, we live once again.
Once again
Once
on
again.
this Friday,
Yes.
TGIF, this Good
Sorry it's a
Friday.
little we're a little iron deficient right now. A little a little laggy right now. But I can really see anybody because I'm on my phone and you're the host, so it'll be your turn to manage the comments. Oh, this is gonna be interesting because I'm usually doing
Oh,
that. So
okay. This
but shout out to
should be
everybody that's gonna
interesting.
watch this in the playback.
On
Shout
the
out
playback, yeah.
to
Shout out to you guys.
the people that I don't even know. I can't see the number of people watching. I'm sure it might be 0 or 1 or something like that. But yeah, shout out to the people that don't watch this. But yeah, this is our review for Chasing Dallas season 4, reunion part 2. It's over. It's a wrap. Oh, it's a
What did
wrap,
Nasha say?
bitch.
You
Like,
know, that's even better. I was gonna go Nasha and say, you know, it's a rap. Okay, because they came on my
yes, I
drive to
like that
work, and
song.
it's my
Yes,
jam. But anyway,
a
yeah.
bop.
Shout out to the two people that are here. Trey Carter, thank you for
Yes. Hey,
being
Trey Carter.
here.
Thank you for being here with us.
Oh, okay.
It's Good
Look, L
Friday.
Charles the Great. You know what? We just gonna put an L. We just gonna put an A between that L and that C.
Is
Look,
it La
Charles the Great.
Charles?
It's
Yes,
L.
I'm
Yes,
here
so
for
Charles
that.
the Great. Thank you for being here.
Here for
Also,
it.
Mr. Pick and
But
Plays. Thank
yes,
you for being
Dre
here.
Angle. Oops, not shading. Oh, thank you, Pickens Plays. I'm on my phone right now, but yes, I'm getting humble. I gotta keep us humble. I can't do too
Mhm.
much.
Humble
So
beginnings. Humble
humble beginnings,
beginnings.
yes, for sure. But yes, damn, I missed. Yes. But yeah, this is our review, part 2. Definitely leave a like. Um, yeah, and be in the chat. I mean, I can't
Subscribe.
see the chat,
Also,
but
hit that bell button. Ding
yes.
ding. Yes.
But yes, definitely let us know your thoughts in the chat, even though I can't see it. I'm sure Troy will highlight it. And he got that Gemini energy. He coming off a Gemini season, so I know he gonna highlight the messy comments for sure. But
Swag me, Monique. Ignorance.
but yes, Chasing Dallas reunion. So like, this is the last like this is the last episode in the season. What was your thoughts about the whole season in general? Like, now
This
that this is
season
the
was
last episode.
no shade. The season was lackluster. It was a lot of drama, and the drama were storylines. So it was just kind of like a lot of filler. Like there were some good moments. Don't get me wrong, but overall, I felt like this season was filler.
Hmm.
Not a lot of chasing. I'm a little disappointed compared to like last season of Chasing Dallas, or even the like last two seasons of Chasing Atlanta. This season feel a little flat as far as storylines go and storytelling. But how did you feel, Yan? And the camera serving, cheekbones and jawline, baby. Good
Thank
boy.
you. I appreciate it. Go ahead and gas me up. But
Well, I'm gonna gas you up. I ain't gonna gaslight you. I ain't gonna
thank
gaslight. We're gonna
you.
talk about that.
I appreciate that. Oh, yes, because we can talk about it. But yeah, I kind of agree with you. I mean, I did think there were elements of chasing. Like I do like the showcases that they put on, the thing that Astro did, even the sneaker ball that what's his face, Candyman did. I thought that was
Blondie.
cool. So like, yeah, like I thought that there were elements of it, but I feel like it could have been more. I feel like they kind of got harped up on drama, and I feel like, yeah, just like the drama. I want the drama to be natural, and it just didn't seem that natural. Or if it was natural, it's like people had an issue, but they didn't want to say what the issue was, so they just made up something to like have a reason to beef with a person. But I feel like the reason you're beefing with this person isn't actually because of the reason you say it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty decent. I like Dallas, and I like what Markel is doing. So shout out to Markel for producing and choosing the people. I feel like every season is also a lesson. So like, hopefully next season we'll have more chasing and like have more genuine drama.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into this reunion, and also let us know in the chat how y'all feel about this show as a whole. I know some people love it, some people didn't really
Yes, a
see
lot
it
of
for
people went up
it.
for this season.
Yeah, so let us know like what y'all liked about this season if you liked it. because I'm curious. I know like some of the people on the
Okay.
cast were likable. Astro for sure. I will say that this was a very good reunion episode. It was a lot of arguing.
A lot
I'm
of
sorry, a
arguing.
lot of arguing. Okay, because they weren't going nowhere. They wasn't
A
going
lot
nowhere
of
with
freaking
them.
arguing.
It yeah, it was
Okay, I'm sorry,
entertaining. I'll say
Ian.
that.
Because La Charles said it's not La Charles, it's La. Okay, bet.
Oh, okay, you know what? I
Got me
respect
right the
people's
fuck
names.
together.
Yes.
Okay, listen.
Markel was a great producer, but not a great host of the reunion. He was a little messy. I feel like you kind of
Mm-hmm.
need a messy host, but it did give kind of a biased tease. So I'm not even. I don't know. It did
Very
give
biased.
bias. I could see
Especially
that.
when it came to, we're going to talk about it. Certain people.
Yes, yes. Um,
I'll get
but
to
yeah.
the favoritism.
Hey,
Hello,
Chris
Chris
Maxwell.
Maxwell. Thank you for being here.
Yes,
Shout out to the 6 people that are here right now on this Friday.
yes. Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to everybody
y'all.
that come fuck with us when we go live on a weekend. Because we
Yes,
know that
and we
you
be
guys
late as
doing what y'all
hell, but
doing.
shout out to y'all. Yes.
Okay, shout out to y'all for fucking with us on the weekend. But my bad, yeah.
No, you good. But yeah, definitely let us know y'all thoughts on the whole show and the reunion. But let's get into it. So we're gonna continue to go by people. I think that would be the best.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think Markel did a better job this episode or last episode of this reunion?
You mean like hosting?
Yeah.
Honestly, neither. If I had to be honest, I guess this episode was a little bit. Honestly, neither. And I really like Markel. It was just a lot of arguing. There was like no resolution. He was playing favorites. People was asking each other score. People were asking questions, and he was like, "Oh, I'll let you respond, but we're out of time." It's like, um, what
Yeah.
my girl having hell fucking love? Like,
Yeah.
what about the audience? Like,
I feel like I definitely feel like he let them argue for a little too long, and I feel
mm-hmm.
like that kind of like crunched down time. And I feel like they weren't really getting to the thing that annoyed me about especially the second part, but both parts is that people would not let each other speak. It's like
Mm-hmm.
somebody would start talking, somebody would be asked a question, and then they would give their side, and then
Mm-hmm.
some random person out of nowhere would just start talking, and it's like, why are you talking? Like for instance, like I'm not on anybody's side necessarily, but like Trey would be asked a question, Trey would start talking, and then out of nowhere, Lon D would start talking, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
we're like nobody asked you anything yet, like, and then that causes an argument, and so then it's like everybody's just talking over each other, and I just hate when like people are talking over each other because I don't know who to listen to.
Right.
So that happened a lot this episode, and that was so like
It
irritating to
did.
hear them talk over each other. Um, but yeah, that annoyed me. I kind of wish he had like I wish he had kind of controlled that more.
Yeah.
But I do like the first episode better, part one. I think he did a better job. But you could definitely see kind of the favoritism coming out
Mm-hmm.
in this episode. But I still think he overall did a good job because he did ask some interesting questions. He was kind of holding some people accountable, not everybody. But um, but yeah, I just wanted to know.
Kind of giving it to
Um,
Tanisha T from when she used to host the Bad Girls Club reunion.
I could see
Biased
that.
as hell. Love
I
Markel
could see
down,
that.
but very biased this reunion.
Very biased. But yeah, so let's start with who should we start with for part two?
I guess let's start with Astro. Because Astro
Okay.
was going nutty boo and that goddamn that's your blouse. I was looking for it.
He was spazzing. I was like, whoa, you mad, huh? Like I was like, damn, you real mad. Like,
But I
but
think his anger and frustration came from them like kind of misconstruing his word. First, everybody not really holding DeAndre accountable
right.
for the fight. Everybody's making it seem like Astro jumped in the fight and that's what caused the commotion. It's like, no, Ash or fucking DeAndre Bunrush Kesey and Astro defended him. So I don't know why. I get where Astro was coming from. His
Yeah.
delivery and I guess his pitching, his tone could have been different, but I get his frustration. Like, y'all are taking up for DeAndre. He's literally the reason why him and Kesey fought.
Right.
So I get where Astro's coming from.
Yeah, I mean, like to me, I feel like it's almost like he's being gaslit. Like I feel like his approach is wrong because he is like real mad, and it seems personal. Like and I don't know if he's just one of those people that just gets angry like quickly, and it's like it doesn't take much to get him angry. But like I don't know, I just feel like he just gets real angry. I don't know. He got real angry about the situation. Um, but
I'm sorry.
what did you peeing about over there?
I'm sorry. I was just thinking about something. I'm sorry.
Uh, A mess. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like he was kind of angry for seemingly no reason. Like I get it, like you don't like him and people are babying him, but I don't. I feel like it's one of those things where you get so mad that it's like people aren't really thinking about what you're saying. They're just too busy like being shocked and like reacting to you being upset. So I think it was important for him to be kind of like calm and like and he did eventually become more calm and like voice his opinion. But yeah, Astro was tight. And yeah, I just don't think he and DeAndre get along. But did you think that they were babying DeAndre? Do you think they were coddling him?
Most definitely. Most
Okay.
definitely. And I'm not sure why, because he kind of brought the most drama. Like he literally attacked Kesey for no reason. So
Right.
um, the only other person I felt understood that was Trey. Everybody else was like, I don't know, upset at I don't know DeAndre or upset with Astro for some goddamn reason. It was weird as fuck to me.
It was. I mean, especially since I feel like everybody thought that like DeAndre was being like ganged up on. So I think that like made people rush to like his defense. But I feel like people weren't really acknowledging or at least noticing that he was kind of like antagonizing all of these people. And so it's like if
Hmm.
you throw rocks at like four people, don't be surprised when they all show up at your doorstep.
Right.
Like, what's up? Like, so it's
And I
like
think yeah, that's what Astro was saying. Like he would apologize, but he would backpedal. Like, and it's
yeah.
almost
I
like I don't
mean,
understand like what. It was a lot of stuff just going over people's head at this reunion. I was like, is it something in the
he
water? Cause the fuck is going
no, for
on?
real. I feel like he was kind of backpedaling because I feel like he was over explaining things and I feel like he was trying to like push blame onto other people. Like I feel like he was like, "Oh yeah, I did attack Kesey, but I only attacked him because of X, Y, and Z." And then I still feel like he set up Kesey or Dior. He wanted something to happen at that party. I think he knew that they were gonna come ready to fight, and I feel like he was just trying to avoid that because that was gonna make him look bad.
Hmm.
But it's like there's no reason why you were so hyped when your friends were there, versus like when you're by yourself, you're not as hyped unless
Right.
somebody antagonizes you. So yeah, DeAndre was kind of getting on my nerves. Also, couldn't sit still, kept fidgeting with his that damn jacket. I'm like, is it
He was
polyester? Is it
had to tell
itchy?
in that
Like, what's
damn
going
suit.
on? Like,
Then Sean said he
yeah,
was in
I was
that deacon
like,
suit. Somebody said he was in that deacon suit. He was probably hot as hell,
he
baby.
was in that deacon suit. He kept fidgeting, kept like moving around, moving the pillow
Goodness.
behind him. I was like, okay, this is you doing a lot right now, but
Can I just say sorry to cut you off, young, but shout out to the 10 people that are here right now that are
yes, shout out to the
watching.
10
Do you want to
people.
get to some
Yes,
comments? Because the comments is lit
yes,
right now, baby.
of course.
Okay,
Get into the
Magic
mess.
Loser. Shout out to all the people in the chat right now.
Yes,
Like, thank y'all for being here.
a reality TV buzzwords and phrases. Ooh, what's that about?
You sound like Carisha.
Oh,
Thundercat
I
6 on
heard the
6 is
lounge.
in the building. Okay.
Yes, I know the mess is here now. um, I heard the lounge coming out summer, spring, fall. It's fall. He said it's gonna have little booths though. Y'all going? Not if the homophobia is gonna be there. I hope that's not something that
Right.
follows Crew Lounge.
Listen. No, I don't want
Like
no parts of that. Listen.
a small
Absolutely
booth and
not.
homophobia. Like
That sounds like a good night, huh?
I don't know about all that. It can turn into a good night. It depends on what's happening.
Oh my gosh.
But shout out to Trey Carter. Astro was giving YouTube therapy vibes, using all the old buzzwords. If I hear accountability one more time. I mean, I get that, but I feel like that he was kind of DeAndre was a dodging accountability. To be honest,
Hmm.
like I mean, he kept saying it, but like at the same time, it's like Yeah, like and then like they were trying to blame Dior for the issue between Kesey, like the reason why Kesey and DeAndre fought. And I'm like, how is he responsible for two grown men, for DeAndre, a grown ass man, getting up and swinging on Kesey? Like, there's nothing that Dior could have did to like make you do that. Like,
Right.
if he had lied or gave you some misinformation, you could have just approached Kesey and did it the issue. But I feel like he was in his feelings because he wanted a piece and couldn't have it. And
I
everybody
forgot.
hates rejection. We've all been rejected, I'm sure.
I
But
forgot
you
this
just
what kind of
gotta,
started the fight.
yeah, like it was like right after that, it was like you had this issue with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I feel like he was trying to like, I feel like I really understood where Astro was coming from with the backpedaling comment when he said that DeAndre, DeAndre kept bouncing between his issue with Dior and Kesey. Like Dior made the comment about him being a fan, but he has no issue with Kesey. Or he has no issue with Dior. Yet he got into it with Dior before he got into it with Kesey at the color
Mm-hmm.
party. So it's just a lot of moving pieces going on. I kind of had to rewound it a couple of times just because I'm like, it's a lot of he said, she said, and at
Mm-hmm.
this event you said this, and then I got these text messages, and I'm just like, is it really? Does it really matter at this point? Like,
Right. After he
I
quit the
don't know.
show. After he quit the goddamn show.
After he quit the show, Astro been
Goodness.
going at it since the fight scene. Yeah, I feel like Astro also seems like the type of person where he fights you. It's like, if we gonna be forever. Like it's
Forever.
always gonna be some animosity.
She knocking out
So
prettier than her. Oop,
yeah.
deep cut, my bad.
Oop. I wish they would have dedicated equipment set for reunions and mics included for all the franchises.
It is.
Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, Astro was tight. Didn't really get to, I mean, we kind of talked about his family situation. We didn't really talk a lot about his music. Um, which is unfortunate. But yeah, he
That's
was real
crazy
tight.
because the next comment is about Astro.
They treated Astro like stay in a child's place. It's also given that. I feel like, but I feel like it was also his like anger
Mm-hmm.
that was like kind of. But then, do you peep how certain people are allowed to be angry and allowed to have that
Mm-hmm.
energy? Like when Astro has that
George.
energy, it's like there we go. Or even Line D. Like Line D, the way Line D was popping off. I mean, of course, people when he popped off at the party, people had an issue with that. But like even at the brunch and even during the reunion, it's like you can pop off. But like when somebody else pops off, when Astro pops off, it's like,
Right.
oh, you need to calm down. You're doing too much,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But yeah, I mean, I don't think this reunion painted Astro in a good light, but I still like Astro. So um,
I like Astro too. I feel like this is kind of like his first season, so I feel like he got a taste. I feel like he needs to just kind of polish up just a bit. He's still
mhm.
young too, so I mean, I would probably be going crazy hanging around people that's old enough to be my uncles and aunts, and they messy as
Oh,
fuck. No shade.
not the elders.
The See, I wasn't gonna say that, but there you go. The eldest baby
Wait, what is this about?
gang.
Gang blouses. Yes, shout out to all the blouses out there. Oh, baby, shout
Oh
out to
my
all the
gosh.
blouses on this here Pride season. But yes, let us know your thoughts on Astro. I think he could come back. I think he was a good, addition. But he kind of reminds me of Trey Howard, like Trey's first season of Chasing Dallas, where he was like very young and like kind of inexperienced. And then like as the seasons went on, he kind of refined himself.
Hmm.
Now Trey's still messy, but he's more in control of his emotions and like
The
less
bone
likely to
carrier.
fight and stuff. Right? Every season need a bone carrier, so I'm not mad at it. But let's move on to someone else. Let's go ahead and get Kiki out the way since she was barely there. Um,
Name
I'm
is
kind of
Kiki GZ.
Miss Kiki. Who?
GZ?
Oh, okay.
GZ? What is it? Giuseppe Zanotti or something like that?
Oh
Something
yes.
like that.
Oh, I didn't know she was a Giuseppe Zanotti. Okay. But yeah, she was barely there. Um, Child, I would have been on my phone if I was her. Like, just like,
True.
because she ain't really had nothing to say. I wish they would have div more into like her kind of aligning with Lon D and Robert over the other people, and then calling them femme queens on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as she said that, when I first watched it, I was like, "What do you mean by that?" Like, and then she tried to explain herself, and I was like, "I still don't understand where you're coming from with this,
Mm-hmm.
especially since she said that it wasn't a threat. She said that Lon D saying, or was it Robert Ray saying, I
Robert.
don't want to have to get up.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a threat. But I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't a threat to you because he wasn't talking to you. But I feel
Right.
like if somebody said that to me and we're arguing, that sounds like a threat to me. Because what you gonna get up
Mm-hmm.
and do?
Right.
Like, so to me, it's just like kind of obvious that that's probably a threat. And then I feel like she was trying to call like the other side like catty, like, oh, y'all are being like girly, y'all are being
Mm-hmm.
feminine, and like almost like that's a bad thing, which is ironic because you're a woman, so you're
Mm-hmm.
feminine. So it's like, I don't know. It was a loaded comment, but they didn't really get into it the way I wanted them to get into it.
So I'm
What were
sorry. Yeah,
your
you should
thoughts?
be you should be in control of these goddamn comments.
See, now
Thundercat is in
I'm
the
mad I can't see
goddamn
them. Like,
Thundercat is in the goddamn comments. Cutting the hell up.
I mean, Astro did have the hot and ready pizza for his birthday. I
It
can't. Well, I
is
wish they would take him under their wing. I mean, clearly they figured things out that he hasn't. So I feel like instead of like treating him badly, I feel like they could like, mother him. Like
true.
put him up on
True.
game.
True. I ain't trying to turn you out. I'm just trying to put you up on game.
Yeah, don't turn him out. That's not Kiki was a filler character. Yeah, Kiki was a filler character. She didn't really, I mean, I feel like she had personality, but I also feel like she kind of had this mentality of like, I don't want to get in men's business.
hmm
And so I just feel like, well, if that's the case, maybe you shouldn't have been on this season, which I get it. She maybe didn't know who was going to be on the season, but it's like, I mean, if you're a part of the group, whether it's men or women, like, I feel like if you have an opinion, speak on it. You're in the group. Like, you're the only
Yeah.
girl. So,
I wonder if
you
she had a
know,
problem with like being not being the or her not being the only femme in the group. Because I would think like her,
maybe.
being femme and Trey being more femme and Jeff being kind of more femme and Ted Lee kind of being more femme, or even Keyshawn kind of leaning more towards like that side of the spectrum, that she would kind of maybe click with them just because Jeff is glam and I feel like Kiki is glam, so I could see them kind of bonding.
Right.
But she sided with like, well, I guess because she knew them previous to the show, but it's kind of weird that like Robert is so aggressive and Londi is always like yelling, and she was literally like kind of
That's
glued
what
to their
she,
side.
yeah. What did Trey say? Do you agree with what Trey said? I mean, he apologized. But what did he say that she was clouding for dick? I said that's a new one. I ain't never heard that
It
before.
is.
Clouding for dick. I
I
was like,
I
maybe. Like,
I won't say she's like
I'm not even gonna hold
clouding,
her.
but um I don't know. She is something about the mass presenting or the straight presenting uh gays that Kiki likes. Cause she
Yeah.
calling Trey and like Ted Lee like queens, but honestly when Londi opens his mouth, it's like a big old queen. Like
They all have that. Even Robert Ray have that, like, and I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think they're
hmm
still, masculine presenting men,
right.
but, they got
And
a
you know what's
little,
crazy? I'm sorry to cut you off, Ian, but I remember at the end of season three, or towards the end of season three, there was like a clip of Robert Ray with the dude that he was dating at the time, and he was sitting next to his dude. He was kind of like feminine or
feeling
whatever.
himself. Yes.
Yeah, and he was
And
like,
what's wrong with
nothing's wrong with
that?
that. Okay, maybe I feel like I need to vow for that. But
Right.
yeah, so I remember like Robert Ray being like, he spoke about that because people were in the comments like, oh, Robert, he was giving Trey earlier in the season, but now like he filmed blah blah blah. He like literally has to go defending like, so it's just weird watching Robert kind of go through that last season, and now he's projecting that on to like Trey and like Jeff and like
I could see
Keyshawn.
that.
So I
I
just think that's
mean,
weird.
I think it's a conversation to be had about like how like certain gay men, like masculine presenting gay men, I feel like sometimes, of course, like people have that balance of like femininity and masculinity, and so when they kind of show that a little bit, I know a comment coming. Go ahead and highlight it. I already know it's coming. What's the T? What is it?
I think Kiki is
Kiki is
glam.
glam. Child,
Minus
I
the
mean, she.
color contacts.
We didn't say high glam. We just said glam. Okay, Thundercat 616. We didn't say high glam. We didn't say she was glammed
Oh my
out. We just said
gosh.
she's going in that direction, I guess you could say. But yeah, I feel like some of the masculine men, I feel like they feel like they have to be like super masculine because if
Mm-hmm.
they show a little femininity, I feel like, and it's crazy because it's like the gays are the ones to like kind of make fun of them about it and like point it out, like, oh, you're giving cis or you're giving, I thought you were trade and blah 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 blah, but it's like he a gay man, so like obviously, I mean,
Right.
like some gay men aren't like that, but it's like I'm not surprised that you have your fem moments, you know. Shit, even some straight men have their fin moments. So like
Very true.
to me it's like I feel like the community would be the last people to kind of give that, but it is what it is. But I do feel like they feel like they have to protect their masculinity um in these types of spaces. To be honest, Ariel kind of acted that way. She just had performances. I feel like Ariel was more entertaining to me. Like Kiki was cool, but I feel like Ariel had more of a personality,
Ooh.
and I feel like she was more in the just in the circle. Um, Charles said, "I think the issue is gay men thinking they are masculine and insisting they are when Robert and I are both see that they are feminine is giving delusion." Oh, so you think that they're not masculine presenting? I think they're masculine presenting. I just feel like they have their femme moments. Like, I feel like Robert Ray in his everyday life, I'm sure he just gives regular dude. And I feel like depending on the person, it varies. Some people give a little masculinity, some people give a lot. Some people, it just depends. But yeah, I don't think that he's like filmed out like a film queen or anything like that. Like, I feel like he just has his femme moments, but
That's
it is
fair.
what it is. Um, but yeah, I did not expect to stay on Kiki for this long. Let us know your thoughts on Kiki. I mean, I guess when we start talking about other people, but still. But yeah, we didn't really talk much about like her being like a teacher and like her trying to become a legend, I think it was. They was not living for her voguing. I was like, well, like the girls were not living for her voguing. So I was like, well, I guess
Yeah, the
that's probably
internet
why
is
they
mean
didn't
as
talk
fuck.
about it. Well, I mean, listen, it's that shit is they don't play. Like some of those videos I've shown, like they are professionals. So the way she was voguing, I was like, you might have to step your game up if you want to be a legend, like, or choose a different category, like, because the voguing it's not given, like, it's just not. But but yeah, moving on. Who's next?
You want
You
to
want to
just
talk
go
about
over to
Trey?
Robert Ray? Or
Okay, Robert Ray.
let's
Let's
go
talk
with
about
yeah,
Robert
because like
Ray.
some of the comments is shout out to everybody in the
They
comments.
get into Robert.
Yeah, the
Um,
whole math versus film
Everyone else says that
debate.
about Robert. I don't think he's ever called them queens as queens and such, but the audience will attack him if he has a moment of flamboyance. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. I feel like they make it seem like it's a bad thing. And it's like, well, I mean, it would be one thing if he was looking down on the film, people on the show, like the film presenting, like Trey, for instance. Like if he was looking down on them, but I feel like he's just regular and he has his femme moments and people are like, ooh, you're feminine. It's like, okay, he is a gay man. Like he is in the community. He does do nails. Like, I don't know why y'all are surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm hearing correctly, some people think that he's trying to portray himself to be something he's not.
Well, he
Which I
did
don't
keep
necessarily
saying,
see.
I'm a real nigga. And I was like, really,
That
Robert
was kind
Ray?
of like, okay, Robert. Like,
I should get a
um,
shirt that say I'm a real nigga.
you should.
I'm gonna wear it
You
to work.
should.
I'm gonna wear
You
that to
should.
work.
Okay, HR. You said, all right, HR.
Right? My goodness, my bad.
But to be honest, Kiki and Sean worked on my spirit with a bad gram. I could see that.
Yeah,
I
it
could
was
see that for
Sean
sure.
like trying to read and taking like
It was
fucking
the
an
it was the
eternity
delay.
to
I know I
spell
trip
it.
up over my words sometimes, but it was giving like you see
It's giving
DeAndre kept playing with his watch. That's what it
it
was giving like, what
that
the fuck is
what was
this?
it? That little ass watch, that teeny tiny one, that itty bitty watch. That's what it was.
Itty bitty watch, baby. I need an itty bitty watch. I need an itty bitty watch. Like I need
Oh
one for
my
the
goodness.
summer. Like for sure. But talking about Robert, but yeah, Robert, I don't know, Robert kind of annoyed me because he kept jumping in with his little side comments instead of just directly addressing his issues with people. I get it, he wants to hold people accountable, and I feel like he's one of those people that is like choosing sides, like, or not choosing sides, but it's like two sides with him. Like he's on one
Hmm.
side, and like Trey and like some of the other people are on the other side. So I feel like anytime they had something to say, he had something to say in response because, you know, it's it's him against them, I guess. But what did you think of him this part of the reunion?
Uh, kind of doing too well. He was doing the most like season episode one or part one, but I
Okay.
did notice that Robert fell asleep during this part. That nigga was on the couch, knocked out, or he just gone, baby. And I was like, that's boom. Because if I'm amongst foolishness, dressing all black, I'll probably sleep. But I don't know. It's his apology to Kesey. I kind of don't feel like it was sincere. His apology to Dior, I don't really feel like it was sincere. Like,
Ooh, really? I
yeah,
feel like
he
it was sincere. I just feel like he doesn't know how to give an apology. You know, he did one of those apologies where it's like, I'm sorry if you felt like I did this to you. And it's like, I mean, that's not really an apology. Like, you kind of putting the blame on how I felt, not your actions that led me to feel how I feel. So I feel like he was kind of doing that. But I do feel like he felt sorry. He just didn't know how to apologize, if that makes sense. But he was looking down on the films. He reinforced that he's from the hood and he's a man, and that's why he cuts up people like now, girl. So you feel? I wonder what it would have been like if there were more masculine presenting people on the show. Like if there were more like if it was more of a mix besides Londi and him. Like I wonder what that would have gave. I mean, Kesey was also there, but I feel like Kesey just be minding his business. Like Kesey really
yeah.
don't be caring. I feel like
Mm-mm.
Kesey gives the most like in a way masculine energy because I just feel like he just be like he's just very like
Vibing.
real and honest about
Yeah.
his shit. Yeah, he just like
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Like if you want to fight, we can fight. But it is crazy that like he and DeAndre fought and then they were sitting next to each other at the reunion. So he was just like, I don't care. We can fight
True.
and then be like, whatever. Like that
True.
was it. Like so I kind of see that. Um I find policing someone's mask and femme presentation, we need to move past that. Why do we try so hard to ascribe to a heteronormative I'm sorry. Heteronormality. I'm sorry, I can't
It's the one
be
in
jumbled up.
me.
And the thing is, I'm drinking some tea, so it ain't even giving that, unfortunately. This might have some caffeine in it though. That's probably why I'm so hyped up. But anyway, um, what is Damon drinking? Anyway,
Forgot about that.
but yeah, I agree. Like, I think that's something in the community that maybe the girls aren't really ready to talk about, but I do feel like people's masculinity and sometimes femininity gets policed. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they expect you to act a certain way, and when you don't, it's like, you know, they side eyeing you. But I can also see how some people could see Robert using his masculinity as like a way to feel like he's better or superior to the other people on the show. So I see both sides for sure. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of
Oh, I'm
upset we
sorry,
didn't.
cut you off again. Chris Maxwell said, "Are we watching In the Mix with Twigs? No, Shades of Twigs? No. Well, speaking for me,
No
I'm,
way.
I'm not watching it. No
I
shade.
can't with you, Troy. You said no. Next question. Like,
What is it? Next question. See ya. Like,
I cannot. I
oh no,
might give it a
Twitch is
watch.
cool, but
I might give it a watch. I'm not gonna lie. I might give it a watch just because I do want to support the what is it called, the breakouts or the spinoffs. I want to
okay,
support those. Because I know certain people don't. I know some people don't watch those as much as they watch the like ensemble shows. But I might watch it. I don't know. We might review it just depending on like how good it is. Um, but yeah, that's Robert. Didn't really have much to say about him outside of that conversation. Let's get into DeAndre.
okay.
Um, Stunt Queen antics. That's what I almost put in the thumbnail. Stunt Queen antics,
And
because it's
his
definitely
blazer should have
given.
been bedazzled. His
Yeah.
blazer definitely should have been bedazzled right here around somewhere.
Somehow the suit and like the way he kept maneuvering and his like fast talking, trying to get out of the mess that he got himself into, it all
Hmm.
like worked together for me. Like it was all giving like used car salesman, like let me talk my way out of this vibes. Like yeah, I don't know. It was just giving like I'm just trying to talk my way out of the situation. Like we all know that you had, animosity towards Kesey.
Hmm.
And to go back and again, Astro called it out, backpedaling, trying to act like you didn't have an issue with this man or trying to blame the issue on other people when it's like, no, you were genuinely upset
Right.
because you saw it for him and he paid it.
Hmm.
So it's just like, just be honest. Like, I don't know, I know that's kind of like nobody wants to like admit to that, but it's like don't try to like blame other people when
Right.
you got up out your seat to hit that man,
Hmm.
you know.
Facts. You
So
gotta put your goddamn seat. These leaks went off on somebody, and I
that's what
remember.
I was thinking of. Was it someone got didn't someone oh, it was Portia. It was Portia when she fought somebody. But it
Of
was
course,
talking
it's
about that season where
Portia.
they was when she was rampaging. Whooping everybody ass that season. Anyway, we digressing. But she was like, "Didn't you choke somebody?" Like
My
choked him, but had the
goodness.
nerve to berate Portia. Anyway, we're not talking about we're not talking about that. But anyway, but yeah, DeAndre was just trying to talk his way out of the situation. We all know kind of what he was given. Um, do you feel like Dior was responsible for the situation that DeAndre got into with Kesey? Do you think he was responsible for them getting into it at that color party?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, if anybody was to blame, it would be DeAndre and Trey for inviting Kesey, knowing that Kesey and DeAndre, or knowing that DeAndre had a problem with Kesey. You did cut. You know what it's kind of giving. Remember when Mimi met up with K Michelle and she invited Carly Red, knowing that K Michelle had a problem with Carly Red, and then was like, "Oh, I didn't know y'all had a beef." Like
Yes.
that's what
Bone
it's giving.
carrier. There we go.
Yeah,
There we
that's what
go.
it's giving.
It's definitely giving that. Somebody else did that. What was it? Atlanta when not to derail. It was like Ike. Oh, it was Ike. Yes, it was Ike because it was
Ike Cassadon and Drew Friday.
there we go.
Yep. Ike Cassadon and Drew
Baby, Drew
Friday.
Friday was gagged.
Well,
Like,
God.
why are you bringing this bitch? like, why did you bring this bitch? Here we go, having a good old time,
Oh
and
my
you bring
goodness.
Cassadine.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
but
Yeah, that was
anyway,
a fool.
yes,
Yes,
definitely
a
a fool. But
fool.
yes,
Hey, shout out to the girl Spicy Originals in the building. Shout out to everybody
hey
that's here.
Spicy, thank you for being here.
Hey.
Yeah, it's always good to see your face, your icon. Um, but yeah, yeah, he was a key though. Like he was interesting to me. Like I do think that he caused a lot of drama and he brought drama. But I don't
I
know.
will say I
DeAndre
feel
didn't
like the
really,
fight was unnecessary, but the crew launch, that shit was funny. When he told them that the bottle was paid for, the section was paid for.
and then he
You
dipped
said,
out.
y'all was like, y'all talking about Gucci? There's Gucci at the flea market? Bitch, I've been screaming that for like 3 days now. Trey Howard in Dior's face when that shit was
When
funny,
that bill
but
came, baby, I was like, well, it's all fun and games until the bill comes.
baby,
Like,
then Keyshawn walking around in the middle of nowhere in them damn Tyler pants, baby. That damn crew line scene was ghetto.
Baby, he could have flagged somebody down with them pants. Like, where you going?
What's that show from?
Like,
I think it was like a Disney movie, Xenon. The teenage,
yes,
like the
giving early 2000s futuristic tease. I'm here for it. I'm
yes,
here for it.
OG.
This is the scary part about dating men. Women worry about this on a regular, but gay men also have to deal with other insecure gay men who can't handle rejection. Yes. Let's also talk about that because that was one of the things that popped into my mind while watching this part of the reunion. Cause I was watching who was I watching? I think it was Scotty by Nature's panel of his panel of this review. Shout out to him. But somebody on that panel was like, I think it was Jamar. He was like, "You mad because I don't want you?" Or he was like, "You want to fight me because I rejected you?" And I was like, "That's kind of true." Like, and I feel like that does happen a lot. I mean, it definitely happens with women, but it also happens with gay men and like in the gay community where it's like you want to fight, you want to make somebody, you want to do all of this, cause an issue just because you want this person and they don't want you. Like,
Right.
I feel like we definitely have to get better at handling rejection. Like,
Facts.
it is what it is. Like, it's always gonna be somebody else out there for you. But yeah, I do feel like people get in their feelings about it, and I feel like it just comes from insecurity. But yeah, men getting rejected, and you wanting to fight a man, you want to fight somebody because they don't want to be with you is so lame to me. I'm sorry.
True. Because that just shows.
But yeah,
I mean, everybody has insecurities, but it's about how you project those insecurities.
Right.
Like, baby. I think August from the Real Hot Boys made a post about that. Like, don't run down on me in the club because I turned you down.
Right.
Don't ruin my good night because you and your feelings.
Yeah, it's just whack. I don't know. It's just like all because he didn't want to be with you. Like that makes you look even dumber because it's like you still didn't get him. So it's like I don't
possibly got your ass whooped. It's kind of giving JD Blackstone and that one dude that he fought and then he ended up
I knew you was gonna bring that shit up.
That's what it's
I knew you was gonna bring that.
That's kind of what it's giving.
Oh my god, not amazing. A mace over some dick. I can't. I'm sure Atlanta Pride is gonna be truly something. Shout out to all the people going to Pride on this good June in Atlanta. But yeah, do you have any other thoughts on DeAndre? I feel like he kind of took up most of the reunion in general, even though he quit the show and wasn't there for like half the season. But I said he was giving Dre Simber tease. don't really be on the show consistently, but when he shows up, he does cause an issue. Like he does take up the attention. So I don't know. Do you want to see him back next season?
No.
And also let us know in the chats if y'all want to. You are just over it. You said no.
I said Ted Lee and Astro. And that's it. Yeah.
And that's it. Damn. Okay. Well, definitely let us know y'all thoughts on DeAndre. How y'all feel about him and all the things that happened. If we missed anything, I don't think we did, but yeah, if we missed anything concerning him, let's move on to Trey. Okay. Did Trey have on gloves? I feel like he had on gloves.
He didn't.
Ooh, maybe he should have.
He didn't. He should have had on gloves and a trench coat. He should have been given like a cat burglar tee. He should have been given Dom from the last season of Chasing Atlanta. When he made up with that trench coat and them gloves.
With the bandana.
Yes. Like, Dom, who's you about to go rob right now? Like,
he was definitely giving like an 80s gay tee. Like he could have been in the Beat It, like in the back, like a background dancer, like in the Beat It video. Definitely giving that. But
yeah, Trey, he did his job. He was messy. I wish we could have saw like more of his his work ethic. But I guess him having his own show. He's like, bitch, you want to see my work ethic? Watch Styles by Howard. Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Okay. But
he said that's business. This is party time. I can be messy on here. Like
it's where I pay my bills. Like
There we
That's my
go.
home. In my
Yes.
home,
What did he say? Pay a bill. Mine,
baby.
mine, in my home. Like, I cannot
Somebody
with
also
Trey.
said in the comments that Trey. Okay, there we go. But did you read this already?
Trey has
Trey
had
being
a hand
messy.
in it because he knew it was going to be a surprise. He knew what was up, and I don't believe otherwise. No, I agree. I'm not saying that is no. I'm not saying Trey wasn't responsible or should share part of the responsibility of what happened. I
Hmm.
just feel like even if he did invite somebody that you didn't like, for it to be something so petty as you seeing it for him and him not really seeing it for you, I just feel like it was kind of unnecessary. Like, especially since it was his house. Like, I could see if he invited Kesey to your home, that
Hmm.
would make more sense. But it's like, yeah, you didn't want him to come, but he came anyway. I just feel like you should have better control over your emotions and like not let people get the best of you just because you
Right.
don't like this person. You know, like Trey was definitely being messy for adding him in, but it's like at the end of the day, nobody made you get up and hit that man but you. You the
Hmm.
only person that was in control, you know. And did you catch when he was like, I don't remember hitting him. Apparently I hit him. I'm like, that's kind of
Yeah, he
that's
called
kind
twits.
of yeah, I'm like,
Hmm.
if I hit you, trust me, I know I hit you. I swung first. Like, cause I was thinking about it before I did it. So I know I definitely remember hitting you first, cause you know, I thought
Right.
about it. So it would be one thing if they were in the middle of fighting and you fell on somebody and didn't realize it because you were too busy fighting. But for you to swing first and not remember, that's kind of strange.
Hmm.
I don't care
It's
for
giving.
Trey, but he's Annalise Keating comment took me out. Wait, what was the Annalise Keating comment?
Why do I feel like Robert read Trey, and that's probably what the Annalise Keating comment is. It is.
Maybe,
Like no
maybe. Let us
shade,
know.
and y'all know I go up for chasing reality franchise. But when I see, I was like so kind of like just zoned out, doing this goddamn reunion. I watched this
I
reunion
was
four
too.
times, and I was just kind
I
of
was
like,
too. Because it was just a lot of like back and forth. He said, she said. And like I said, one person would start talking, and then somebody else will randomly start talking. And
mm-mm,
now it's like four people talking, you know. And it's just like, I can't follow what's going on because four people are talking at once.
mm-mm,
Like, and two of the four people are saying something irrelevant, no
right,
shade, but like, are saying something that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
true,
So I don't
crazy. The
know.
lemon squeeze from last season, there was more like resolve there, and there was way
Should
more
have been on
tension
that
as they
CBD,
got.
baby.
Listen, I, that's where I need to go. Give me some
Next
CBD, like
reunion, they need some
lemonade and
CBD.
tea, baby. But yeah, like no shade, and I don't want to sound like I'm like down in the show, but this reunion just was it wasn't it. And you know what's crazy? We actually got a reunion this season versus last season when Reese's was EP and he had that damn Zoom meeting. Somebody cleared the fuck out of him and he just ended the call, and that was that. I said, "Nah, Reese, this is some bullshit."
Did they clear him like Premier cleared him at that lemon squeeze? That's what I want to know.
I think they did. I think
I
I
cannot.
can't remember how they cleared it, but he just
Shout
ended
out
that
to
damn
Reese
call.
G.
Baby, it is.
I don't want to say it because I do think Markel is doing a good job at like, you know, producing the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think this show needs Reese back. I don't know. There's just something about when he was producing, something about it made it more interesting to me. I don't know. Let me know. Let the people watching let me know what y'all think. Um, would y'all like to see Reese come back? I'm curious because I don't know. I just feel like the drama was more interesting when he was
Mm-hmm.
a part of the show when he was producing.
Well, not really, because we know all last season all we heard was Reese versus Markel, and I was like, we got to hear this shit again. I think Reese
That was a reoccurring storyline. Yeah.
I think Reese picks really interesting like personalities, and he does like a really good job capturing like following their chasing like studio time music videos. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just keep thinking about last season. I just keep thinking about Ariel jumping out of that damn car with that dress. Like baby, that's chasing. Like no shade, that's
In
chasing.
them
But
heels.
in them
I said
heels,
she's getting it done.
I
She
said
means
Ariel
business.
chasing Ariel, baby. I'm still calling chasing Dallas, chasing Ariel, but Like,
Mm-hmm.
this season is just, I don't know, kind of Mr. Mark. Sorry.
Mm. No, I get it. Like, I think I like this season a little bit more than you did, but I understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
And shout out to Trey saying, Trey has the reality star Illuminati handbook. I mean, probably styling Krishan and Blueface.
Man, Blueface.
That's a lot of energy.
Also,
Styling a
not trying
bar
to be
though.
shady. Not trying to be shady. But are veneers a sign of the Illuminati? Because, as soon as people get money, they go get that teeth fixed. So as soon as I see veneers, pearly whites, porcelain, I'm like, oh, they just signed
They did it.
they just,
Hmm.
they just signed that blood contract.
I can see that. Did Trey even need to get his teeth done though? I don't remember his teeth even being bad.
I don't think so, but he, probably something that he wanted done. They look good. I mean, they don't
They
look like
do.
Nene Leaks, or they're not too big for his mouth, which is kind of like
He
my
not
issue
giving
with people get.
consequence.
That
With them
nigga
big old
Consequence from
ignorant teeth.
goddamn loving hip hop.
Mm, 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 mm.
Shout out to
But
everybody
yes,
in the comments. Like,
yes. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to the comments.
yes,
Reese taught him very well. I could see that. I could definitely see that. But yeah, there's just something about Reese, especially that scene where Reese brought Trey and Dre Simber together. Remember they was arguing in that library?
I do remember that. And Trey had
Like,
that damn bun on his head. And December was talking about that $60 scarf from Urban Outfitters.
that $60 scarf from Urban Outfitters.
I said, December, get
I
your life.
can't. Right? I said, okay. Not a $60 scarf. Trey called DeAndre that after he kept presenting all the phone evidence. Yes.
She's doing her grease,
I
man.
agree. I'm just like all of these text messages and behind the scenes shit. Can we just be real? Like, I'm sick of all this behind the scenes shit. I'm not gonna
Very
lie.
true.
You know what I'd love for Reese to do? Put out the retreat. Thank you. The retreat that's still
Limbo.
in
Was
limbo.
that
I just
supposed to be like 2 years ago, I think? Not the Chasing Dollars retreat, but the retreat where he took all the different personalities and put them in a
I don't know
house.
why that didn't happen. That's crazy. They definitely
Also,
should have put something
question:
together
is
like that.
anybody in the chat? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the 12 people that are watching right now. Is anybody going to the Freaknik in Dallas, Texas, Juneteenth
Ooh,
weekend?
that's a good question.
Let us know down in the comments. Cause
The
I was like, "Ooh, I
Freaknik
wonder when
baby.
I'm doing Juneteenth weekend." And somebody was like, "Why the fuck you worried about what you gonna be doing Juneteenth weekend?" And I'm like, "Nigga, I gotta work. First
Oh,
of all, I just
oh,
wanna, I'm spilling my tea, but I just,
you are spilling your tea.
this."
I'm living. Like,
Anyway, let us know in the chat if y'all are going to a free. Because I was like, I just thought it was gonna be like a regular pool party, and I was like, "Is this gonna be an orgy?" And that person was like, "Yes, it's an orgy. The OnlyFans girls about to go down
oh,
there and wow." And then I thought back to that video I saw of Katrina Laverne at Freaknik back in the day. A lot of fingers were a girl finger shouldn't be unless she washing. If you catch my drift,
not in a
public place. Yes.
post panty tea.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Help me find my panties. That type of tea. I did not know Freaknik gave that.
yeah, I don't know if I could do a Freaknik in a post pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it ain't even post pandemic. We still in it. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't past 2020. No, I'm good.
But something
I'm
tells
good.
me that this Freaknik ball, this gala, this extravaganza, something tells me it's gonna smell like shea butter and black and miles. I could do without the black and miles,
Ooh,
but the
okay,
shea butter, black and miles, and some incense.
and some henny as well.
Okay, shea butter, henny, incense.
Yes, here
Shea
for it.
butter,
And Blue Magic.
henny. Ugh. No, yeah.
What's wrong with Blue Magic?
Blue magic, baby. That's Trey hair grease right there. I'm gonna need you to get off that.
Am I wrong?
I'm
Am
gonna
I
need you to get.
lying? Am I
I'm gonna need you.
lying?
I'm gonna need you to get off that. That's that.
Too real?
I'm,
Too real?
I'm gonna need you to. I'm gonna need you to get up off that. Come up off
Like,
that. You said you used blue magic and we lost the viewer, bitch.
I didn't say I used Blue Magic. I said it was gonna be smelling like Blue Magic.
No,
But
don't
okay,
reference blue magic, please.
okay,
Not on this channel. No, baby.
all right. Well,
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, let's get
Recognition.
back on track then. But yes, I mean, I think that's pretty much everybody. I mean, of course, Jeff Jett was there, Lon D was there, Sean was there, but they didn't really talk much or say much on this
Hmm.
part of the reunion. Of course, they tried to get they words in because I just feel like everybody was so thirsty for the like spotlight this
Hmm.
season. Am I alone in that? Do y'all feel the same way? Because I feel like everybody was just so quick to say something. Oh, blah 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 blah, and it's like I get it, like in like real life, of course, like if you have something to say, you're gonna say it. But like
Hmm.
it just seemed like everybody was trying to like take the spotlight. Like everybody wanted their moment. And it's like let's just all be ourselves and if the attention comes to you, it's gonna come to you. If it don't, it don't. Like, I don't know. That might have been my biggest issue with this season for sure.
Interesting. My bad. I was reading comments. Um, See, my thing is, I feel
Astro,
like,
yeah.
well, I feel like part one, certain questions should have been geared towards one group or certain individuals or the people who made like the biggest impact. They should have had most of the questions. So DeAndre leaving the show, he really shouldn't have been. George wasn't really a part of the season, so I don't even know
That's what
why he
I'm
was
saying. I'm like,
sitting
why
on
is George at the
the stage.
reunion?
So,
You know what
um,
else I'm kind of mad about? Not to cut you off, but why wasn't, I mean, I guess he didn't want to be a part of it, but why wasn't Robert Ray's best friend, best friend? Why wasn't his best friend there? I feel like he
true,
should have been a part of the show. Because I
since he
feel like,
played a big part of the storyline.
yeah, I feel like he should have been a part of the show. That definitely would have made the dynamic interesting. I mean, we probably would have got a couple more fights. I mean, I don't want that, but I'm just saying. But at the same time, like I just feel like they talked a lot about him. I feel like he should have just been on the show, especially since he has history with Kesey. He knows Dior. Apparently, he thought Dior was family. Dior was like, like I don't know about that. Like, so I don't know. Did you think Dior was? Do you think Dior was bending the truth? Do y'all think Dior really? Do you think he was just acting like they weren't as cool because he wanted to get with Kesey, or do y'all think that oh boy is still in his feelings about dating Kesey, and just kind of use this as an excuse to like, you know, voice
That's
his.
a good question because I'm like, how do you think you cool with somebody and they consider you bro? Like,
How do you date somebody? How do you date somebody for a year and a half, break up with them 5 years later, and still have a like? I feel like if after 5 years, I'm like, I don't care. Like, even if you, and maybe I'm saying that because I'm not in the situation, literally in the situation. But I'm like, if we only dated for a year or year and a half, 5 years go by. If you my best friend, my brother, if you want to date him, go ahead. Like I don't. It's five. It's been 5 years. Like I don't. Like I feel like that's a long time. So that's half a decade.
yeah,
So I mean, I know some people feel like, oh, loyalty is loyalty, and you better never do that. But to me, it's just like it's been 5 years, and I don't own you. Like, you can go and date whoever you want. And it's a small dating pool already. As black gay men, like we already don't have a lot of like, variety. So it's just like, yeah, you probably gonna end up somebody is probably gonna end up dating somebody that you used to date. So
I
I
think
don't know.
what really threw me off
That
was
might be
like
controversial.
Markel really trying to like hold Dior accountable for like I guess even entertaining Kesey. Like, oh, we are cool, we are brothers. Like, I just remember on the live where we were talking about, or previous live where we talked about the relationship between Tony, Robert, and Dior, and Markel was like, "Oh, they were brothers. Like, it's wrong regardless." And then his question to Dior at the reunion, it was like he really wanted Dior to like take
To
accountability.
apologize.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I was like, "Well, where's this energy for DeAndre and attacking Kesey? Like,
that's true. That's
let's
true.
talk about that."
I mean, I feel like DeAndre did apologize for it. He did somewhat take accountability, but I feel like he didn't take accountability for like antagonizing everybody else. Like
Hmm.
even at the reunion, like talking shit to the people, when they're just giving their, answering the questions that Markel had. But but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have a different opinion. I just feel like you don't really, when it comes to like the friend dating Kesey and now getting mad that Dior is dating him. Like I feel like again, you don't really owe nobody. I feel like everybody's grown. Everybody has their own, and I get loyalty. I could see if like, y'all broke up like a year ago or, y'all dated for like 5 years and now he's dating him. But it's just like y'all have been broken up for longer than y'all dated. So I just don't see
Mm-hmm.
why it even matters at this point. Like I would just be like, if anything, I would probably just be happy for you. Like, okay, it's been 5 years. Like I don't even have that strong of a memory of dating you. Like if it's been 5 years. Like, so I don't know. But let us know in the chat how y'all feel about it. Like, I feel like that's kind of controversial, I guess. But definitely let us know.
Markel asked Kesey if Tony was the dude that he was making music about. I said, Markel, you shady as hell.
He was making music about a light skin. Wasn't that his ex? Because
Wait,
his most last ex that he moved to Florida for, that's not the same. That's not Robert Ray's.
no.
That's not Robert Ray's. Yeah.
Mm-mm. No.
So, but maybe he was making music about him. Who knows?
You said he was making music about
Um,
Alexi. I don't know why I thought about Rico with a K. Goodness, this is
maybe
top
Top
talk.
Talk. Yeah, shout out to Top Talk. Top Talk, baby.
Oh my
But
gosh. Hey.
but yeah, this has been a season. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm looking forward to what's next, Atlanta. Wow, this is really like time is really flying by because I feel like we just finished
I think it's Chasing
Atlanta.
LA.
Wait, no, Atlanta. No, it
I
should be
think
Atlanta, right?
I think LA is the summer season, and then LA. I'm sorry,
Oh,
Atlanta is the fall,
you know
winter,
what?
spring, summer, whatever Sheree
You're
said.
right. Cause didn't we? Cause last season that was Willa and
Tag the
Dominique
big
and
dog
Tag.
and Dom, yeah, and I think we
Wow,
renewed
that was
that in
last
like February,
season.
March.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Well, I guess so. Well, yeah, chasing. Well, damn, I feel like we just finished chasing LA too. But I don't know. Are y'all looking forward to that? Let us know, in the comments below or in the chat. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it. I feel like last season was okay, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm curious to see what drama they gonna cook up this season. Dior acting like a damsel in distress. Are we brothers? I didn't know he saw me that way. That was low key shady because it
It
was like
was.
it
He
was
said,
given.
"I'm
I don't
on
know her
her."
tease.
It,
Like it was given like I don't know her. Um, yeah. You know what it was actually given deep cut. It was given The Office. Stanley and I are close. We sit close. We not. Shout out to The Office, the TV show. He
my
said,
goodness,
"We
I
sit
forgot
close,
about
baby.
that.
We
Get the fuck out
will
of my girl feelings.
we don't key like that, baby. We cool, but we ain't frosty. Like
Stanley and I are close. We sit close. My goodness.
we ain't that
You a
close.
fool for that.
Like, said he did his
Ooh.
daughter's hair, but I'm like, I mean, if you pay him, I mean, that's business, baby.
Right?
Like I'm just
Dior is the
saying,
key.
he really
Dior is the
is. But
key.
honestly,
Oh
like
my
he can go
gosh.
too. Like I like Dior. He gives fashion, and I'm excited that he's getting into
Hmm.
styling and fashion again because honestly, he slays hair, but he also slays a look. So I'm
He
excited
does.
for him to get into that. But he was just kind of on autopilot this season. Like
Hmm.
he ain't really have nothing to say. He ain't really have nothing to do. Yeah, I want more from him. But
He seemed burnt out this season.
he did. He
So I
did.
will he should just become like a friend of the show or take like a season or two off and then come back like refreshed and then like
Right.
energized and then, show us what Dior's been up to. Like that would really make like a future season of Chasing Dallas like really pop. Like
Right.
refreshed and energized Dior. Not to say he wasn't like refreshed or like energized like this season, but just this season, Dior this season versus Dior that was ready to put a blammy out last season is kind of two different energies.
True. I can see that. Voodoo was shook. They probably, the damn producers probably talked to Dior like, you need to scale it back a little bit. This is a little too real. But yeah, this has been our review of the second part of the reunion of season 4 of Chasing Dallas.
I'm sorry to cut you
Yeah.
off again. Before we go, Ariel's performance. Did we talk about Ariel's performance?
Oh yes, how could we forget? Damn.
Mother. Okay.
That's
Say was
crazy.
chasing Ariel and then talk about her damn performance.
Right? Crazy. Anyway, I'm blaming it on the tea. But I thought her performance was great. Her body looked really good. She looked really good. The dancers were all in sync. I was living for the outfit. I was living for the different like settings she was in. Like it was definitely giving like performance.
Mm-hmm.
Giving
I felt the
BET
same way.
performance. Like
You know what? I could see that. I could see that. Give it visuals. I was looking for it.
yes.
Also, shout out to the fact that all of her dancers are women of color, black women. So shout out to Ariel
Okay. Yep.
for that. Because I was
Yeah, they
looking for
ate
the
that up
performance. I was looking for it.
for sure.
Okay, makes me wanna. That should be my pride outfit. The denim jacket,
Yes.
swimsuit, and then the ripped jeans.
Do you have the hips for that? I'm just
Shade.
I'm just like, well, you know she has hips. I don't have the hips for that. That's why I'm
Ariel
asking.
does have body.
Like
Legs and hips and yeah.
body.
Okay.
Yes. Giving. Dior created all that mess and sat back quiet and confused. Yes. I kind of live for it in a way. Come on, Puppet Master.
That's what it's giving.
Like,
Tell Trey that he kissed Kesey and then Trey went back and
let's
told.
talk about that. I forgot all about that. Let's talk about how mother set up her child to get dragged. I can't. But you know what? Honestly, it was kind of given like, you know how your parents tell you something and it's like they tell you it and it's like, okay, I don't want to like whatever. I heard you say that, but I'm gonna go my own way. And it just goes left and they like, what the hell did I tell you? Like I told you, like I told you what it was, and you didn't want to believe me. That's kind of what this is giving. Like he had to like show Trey that like, you want to be messy? Okay, well, like
So his
this
ass
is what
off a
happens.
failure.
Like when you run your mouth, like. So I kind of was like, I kind of get it. You put your foot in your mouth, and you expected Dior to come to your defense, but it's like you shouldn't have been talking about something that has nothing to do with you anyway.
Right.
You know. So, do you think that Kesey and Dior were actually talking?
Kesey said there was like some flirting. I don't think anything like progressed after that.
Okay.
I don't think
let us know what y'all think. Do y'all think that they were actually talking? I think that they were at one point. Even when they were denying it, I think that they were probably talking, but I think they probably realized like, if we're gonna be in this group, we probably can't really talk the way we want because they don't even know. It's not even confirmed that we've done anything, and people have their panties in a bunch. Like everybody is losing their damn mind. So like, maybe we should just, especially since they're working together. That's his manager. Child, I want to give a Jocelyn
Stevie T.
Like,
I would like to see I would like to see Kesey in the studio dancing for Dior.
Yeah.
No, that would be lit. That would be a good time, baby.
I would be here for that. That damn gift. Jocelyn dancing for Stevie J. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I could definitely see them reenacting
it. Oh
my gosh. But yeah. But yes, we didn't really talk about Kesey this part of the reunion. He was kind of chill. I live for Kesey. Like, yeah. He's fine, he's laid back.
Very laid back.
And he just has this likability about himself, which makes him even more attractive. Like he doesn't like try to act like he doesn't put on for anybody. Like he just seems genuine and like honest in his like opinions and his feelings on stuff. So I like that. But yeah, shout out to Kesey. Yeah. Any other thoughts, co-host, before we peel out on this Good Friday?
Oh, damn, today is Friday. You know, I did say that earlier. You know, it's been a long week. My bad. Thank you to everybody that came through. Shout
Yes,
out again to everybody that's gonna watch this on the playback.
yes, yes.
Um, Hopefully season 5 of Chasing Dallas is rebranded with people who actually want to chase and stay out of people's coin purses and pocketbooks.
Ooh, and by corn purses and pocketbooks, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Stay
Because
out
we
of
know
them
there was
Genesis
some
journals. That's
oh,
all I'm saying.
okay, okay. And then that note, this has been Key and Carrie, where we key.
We carry.
I have been Damon on this Good Friday,
I'm Sprayed on this wonderful Friday.
and we will see y'all in the next one.
Peace.
Ooh.